who are watching the replay or who circled back, I am at my desk. Thank goodness I got my orientation right this time. I am lowering my phone, but I wanted to put this mirror here, so okay, that'll still work. So I am going to do my base face while we're waiting for YouTube to notify people. And I'm wondering if I need or should put a little light up top. When I did that at, because this doesn't do too much, that's just the lower half of my face. But when I put one of these little lights up here, oh gosh, I always hit the on button by mistake. When I put one of these on at Academy, it did make a difference. But damn, it's gonna cover part of the camera. So let's turn this one on. When I hit it by accident, it came on, but now that I'm hitting it on purpose, it's not coming on. What? Oh, that's nice. So the only thing we have is just a ring light. Oh, that thing is bright. Is the ring light on top of my camera. Let me tilt it down some. Woo, y'all. So I'm just going to do hello and welcome to who just popped in. I am giving YouTube time to notify people. And I also have a ton of stuff on my desk I need to clear up too. When I say I have stuff everywhere, I have stuff everywhere. And I'm kind of leaving things, the last few purchases I made, I just left it out because I'm going to do a full inventory like I did for my stuff. I'm going to do an inventory for my pro kit. And I am going to have two kits, one for party and one for just regular clients. So yeah, so that's something that's been shifting in my calendar from day to day. So I am going to do the intro. I'm going to put on Sangria. Hey, Janet. I'm going to put on Sangria and then do my base face. And by then, whoever YouTube, hey, Joe, whoever YouTube is going to notify should be notified. We are doing a squash party today. And so I brought my sponge tip applicators over here. I am sweating. I have iced tea, well, hot tea that I let cool, so it's almost like iced tea, and water and Mountain Dew because I know I always say it, y'all. I'm tired. I was sleeping really well, and even with my usual every 90-minute or so wake ups, when I was asleep, like I slept very well. And when my alarm went off for me to get up, I was just like, no. No. So I'm just putting stuff away that's on my desk. I played some more with the stencils. Hey, Captain. I did play some more with the stencils, and I am still learning. The paint is still going underneath the stencil, and so then I am freehanding, fixing it, so to speak. I'm doing okay. I'm doing a little tired. How are you doing today? Where are you in the world? Because I know from my lives, like some people are from all over, and some people are even in other countries. And so I'm always curious, like, where are people from? I thought I was going to play with a stencil, but we're not. So that's why I brought the sponge here, so that can just stay there. But as I do my base face, I'm going to, oh, that's good to hear. I'm going to do the intro. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. And the troll part, not caring too much about the beauty community standards. Because if you watch a lot of beauty related content, you'll hear you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. If you want this, you got to do that. And I'm here to tell you, like, try all the things if you want to, but try not to feel obligated to try all the things. No, it is okay to just wear what you want. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Use whatever you want to use, however you want to use it, to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Because you set the standard for yourself. The bottom line is self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the Crazy Troll Nation's motto is. That's what we stand for here. And two things if you are new. I curse sometimes because I curse. N is an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it. Hey, Locke, I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me. There are some that get past me, and when I'm watching it back, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was gross. But I do try to catch it. I think that's all for what the intro is. And yes, I need to sip some more Mountain Dew because I keep losing my train of thought more quickly than I usually do because y'all know I usually go off task. But Captain, where are you? Are you in the United States or are you overseas? Because we do have Crazy Troll Nation members all over the world, and that is so. It just always amazes me how like the internet can just bring us closer together, and we can be here on the live stream, and yet we're in different countries, we're in different time zones, and I'm just always like, wow, I am seriously sweating. And so I did watch your video today, Lock. What was I gonna say? I feel like I'm slurring my words. I probably am. I didn't finish it, so I'm gonna play it again. Well, I did let it play mostly, but I'm actually gonna sit and watch it later on. Yes, I got up. What time did I get up? I got out of bed at like 6 o'clock. And yeah, I'm still half asleep. But I did have my usual breakfast. I'm thinking I'm going to purchase some more Vietnamese scent, but I still have enough in the bag though. So I don't know if I want to purchase more. And I'm saying that, hey, Grace, because Penzies did send out an email that their prices are going to go up because some of their spices and ingredients come from overseas. And I was thinking about that Vietnamese cinnamon, which is actually from Vietnam. So I'm just like, but I still have some in the bag though. And my concern is like with the bag of ginger that I purchased, the best by date is like in a month, and I still have a lot in the bag, and so I don't want to get too much Vietnamese cinnamon, and then I don't use it. And you can use stuff after the date. It may just lose its potency as far as flavor, and y'all know I like the flavor. So will I still use it? Yeah, but will I probably end up using more to get the flavor? Yeah. You need to purchase one too. Yeah, and I still have gift cards. I gave two $25 gift cards away, and I still have one more $25 gift card and a $50 gift card because almost every time. It was a time when every time they had a gift card sale, $35 for a $50 gift card or $35 for a $25 gift for two $25 gift cards. There was a time when I would always. Gavin, I'm gonna get rid of you. Why are you here if you're just gonna be rude? And I know you just want attention, but that's okay. Some people just need attention, but they ain't gonna get it here. Not negative attention anyway. Because you know when you reply to people that are doing something that they probably shouldn't do, they call that negative reinforcement because they're engaging in a negative behavior, but you're enforcing it because you're giving them the attention that they need. Hey, Tanya, I done slipped into clinical mode. Positive reinforcement, on the other hand, is when they do something good and you give them reinforcement for that. Because people do want reinforcement. So if you give positive reinforcement, usually they will like long-term change their behavior, short-term and long-term, because they're getting the attention that they want versus like when a kid acts up, then a parent wants to be like, oh, you blah, 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 blah. But even that blah, blah, blah is still reinforcing that negative behavior. Okay, let me get out of clinical mode. So not right now. So it's important for if you are a parent or if your grown children are parents to let them know, make sure you give positive reinforcement because that's the stuff that the kid is going to keep doing. Did I miss Want to Be Natural? Hi, Sundus. Oh, you're a makeup artist? Me too. Did I miss Want to Be Natural? Hi, Malaysia. There's a lot of new people. Hey, Want to Be Natural. How are you? A lot of new people. And hello to all the new people. I did just do my intro, so if you do want to hear that, then just circle back and watch the replay. But we're swatching something today, y'all. And when I opened it and looked at it, I was kind of like, why did I do this? But somebody said something that I don't want to say encouraged me to get it, but it made sense. They had said, you might as well just get it because it keeps rolling around in your head to get it. And I'm like, that makes sense because I have been going back and forth since before it even launched. And I said, I'm not going to get it. Then I said, I'm going to get it. Yo, this powder is powdery. And so I did get it. And so those of you who have been here, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to swatch party that tonight. Thank you, Sandra. Sandra, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. So yeah, we're going to swatch that today. And I was thinking earlier, like, how long am I even going to keep this powder? Because I already know that I'll use it. And then eventually I'm going to get rid of it. The only Mothership I have left is Subversive. And so I know I'm not going to keep this one because this is so far from Subversive. Lock, you know what I did. Maybe not, but yeah, I'm sure you figured it out. But I'm just like, man, why on the Notoriously Morbid channel they were showing keychains? Why? Thank you, Fatima. Thank you for being here. Why were they showing keychains on their channel? And the first one they showed was beans and booty. I'm just like, so I was like, so I commented like I usually do on their shorts and on their videos. But this one I said, oh, beans and booty Mothman was my introduction, was my gateway to Notoriously Morbid. Is there a chance it's going to be re-released? So I'll let y'all know. Thank you, Fatima. I probably still pronounced it wrong. And I knew somebody with your name before. But please excuse me for mispronouncing. So all of them have sold except, I think, Bronze Seduction and Midnight Sun are the only two that didn't sell yet. But all the rest of them sold. Because I did put them all in there, like, at different times. I am sweating. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how long I keep it. And I thought to do like a guessing game, like, okay, what, like asking y'all, like, how long do you think I'll keep it? And the one that's closest to how long I keep it, they'll actually win it, like, after the fact. But then I thought, no, because I don't want number of months rolling around in my head and then I possibly be biased. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to let this settle in. I'm at my desk, so I don't have my handy dandy official YouTuber stole my fan. So we're going to, y'all, I do want to do something before we start. And I am still just stalling a little intentionally to give YouTube time to notify people. Because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes somebody will come in and be like, oh, it just notified me. And I'm like, wow, we've been here for 30 minutes already. But I'm not going to stall that long. And this is something I had wanted to do. Do I want to press this in or just leave it? I'm going to press it in because that shine is getting on my nerves. How's the lighting, y'all? This like this is just my phone. So Pat has a new moisturizer cream and I ain't getting it. This is just my phone with the dim light over here that's always in the corner. And I have one of them little lights on top of my phone. And this is what happened at Academy. I had this light on down here and then it clicked off. And I do think it's on a timer because it'll just click off. But then when I push it to come on, it comes back on. And so it clicked off. And I was like, wow, the lighting's good. That's just that little ring light up there. So I'm like, you know what? So let me know what y'all think of that. So what I had been going back and forth about in my mind is this right here, this Sigma gloss. This one is Secret Garden. I already got rid of the lipstick. I don't know if I talked about it in a video or not. Excuse me. But I was just, I think it was the tone of red. I have found out through House Labs Atomic Shaker that I do love a blue red. And even though the color was still okay, like I didn't gravitate to it, and I still have the House Labs one. There's a sparkle in my face. You know, if I'm off of this cloth over here, they got glitter and whatnot all over it. And so I was debating on whether or not to even keep the gloss. It is pretty. Y'all, this is what I have on my lips now. Is it supposed to be like I don't know what it's supposed to be like. I haven't even seen it actually. Yeah, this is almost gone. This is less than halfway. This is what's on my lips now. When I put this on, it's less colorful than this. And this isn't even really a color. It just brings out the natural tone of my lip. Hey, Dawn. One of the natural tones of my lips. So we're going to wipe that off. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a black lipstick and then put the Sigma on. And I was saying before, I don't even know if it aired yet or not, that sometimes when I put a gloss over top of, hey Sylvia, over top of a liquid lipstick, sometimes it'll turn it, like this might turn it purple or, you know, whatever else. And so I want to see what this is going to look like over the black, because if it does show me something different than another gloss would over top of it, then I will keep it. If not, it's going in the trash. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. The formula is good. But y'all know me, if I have multiple things and they all do the same thing and look the same way, it's like, why are you all here? Because then something's not getting used anyway. And it's unfortunate that I use the wand, because otherwise I could give it away, but I used the wand, so I'm not going to give it away. I played with who did I play with yesterday? I played with Ronnie last night, actually early this morning, with the stencils. And first of all, Ronnie has a little ass head, because those larger stencils, it's like way too big for his face, and so I'm not going to play with those on him. And I still had the challenge of holding it and putting the paint on. And I had mentioned a few moments ago that I still had the free hand to kind of fix it. And so, because the paint still went under the stencil. Do y'all hear that? Somebody kid running. Well, it's not like an adult really, because them footsteps is too heavy to be for a kid. From a kid. What was I saying? So the first one I did, I used the sponge, because I'm thinking just dab the sponge. And the second one I did on Ronnie's face, I used a brush, and it was the same effect. And I did make sure to let the paint dry some so it wouldn't be runny, but it still went underneath. In some places, it still went underneath the stencil. And so what I'll need to remember to do is, if someone wants a stencil, I'll say, I'll let them know it's not going to be exact. And then what I'm going to say is I'm going to make it your own. So that way they'll be like, oh, this is nice. And it was still cute. And I used my metallic face paints from Mayron too. Thank you for the hearts. So that was my first time using that palette. Because for the other look, we used that 30 pan palette. However many shades are in there. This one was an 8 pan. And I have an 8 pan neon palette. And something else. So y'all, I am sweating. I have my balcony door open, but I do not have that fan on over there. And I have it in a way where, like, here's the balcony door, and I have the fan like right here. So as air comes in, the fan just lifts it and circulates, which is really awesome. Would y'all mind if I go over there and turn that fan on really quick? And I don't have anything to trip over, since it's just my and this is Secret Garden. So we're going to see what this looks like. This looks a little vampy. You know what? I don't know if you know what it is? I don't have a shimmer gloss. And this is described as soft rosewood shimmer. I don't have this color in the gloss. This is nice. This is vampy. So I think I'm gonna keep this. Do y'all mind if I go turn that fan on? Which would mean me leaving you for like 10 seconds. You know what? But now no, like at first, like down here it looks more red. I do like this. Hey, Sons of Ray, so we're all gonna keep this. Okay, we settled that. All right, we're gonna get into these swatches, y'all. I ordered more stuff from a brand that I will not name, and already the prices have already started going up. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get backups of all the staple stuff. So I got more lipstick applicators. I got more sponge tip applicators. What else did I get? I got some more microfiber cloths. The bag I ordered, it looks almost identical to the bag I bought from Amazon. And this bag was only less than $30. Might have been less than 20. I think it was less than 20. And it's bigger than this one too, which is great. And I didn't want a bigger one. So y'all let me know if I can go turn that fan on. And I know I keep saying it because I'm like suffering here. Well, I'm not suffering, but I am like really sweating. So I'm just putting aside the stuff that we used already, and you bought some things too. I'm putting this in front of me, putting this over here. So I'm putting stuff that I've used over here. My desk is looking a mess, and I know I always say that, but it does, and it's irritating me because y'all know I don't like mess, but I left stuff out so I would be sure to do inventory. So y'all want to see this and be like, she ain't gonna keep that long, and I'm not. I'm gonna run through it and then get rid of it because, yeah, it's not my speed. And when I opened it to look at it, because watching videos, people are like, oh wow, it's so much pretty in person. I opened it and I was like, so what I got was, and I am glad that I did. I don't regret it because I kept going back and forth. Do I get it? Do I not get it? And for those of you who haven't been here for a little while, what am I talking about? This. And yeah, it's lightweight because I took it out. This, and it came from Sephora, but the box was how sometimes they come from Ulta. And it was paper at the bottom, this in there, and then a piece of paper on top. And I'm like, why are they shipping stuff like Ulta now? But yeah, the box, like this is not like how this is flush. I'm just like, but anyway. So I know I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. People were like, oh, she gave us unique packaging on the box. I'm like, y'all, ever since whenever, at least bronze seduction, at least, it's always been a face with a bunch of colors. So I'm like, how is this unique packaging? But then people who are diehard stands, though, everything is just always fantastic, the best thing ever. And no shade to anybody. But has it not always been a face with a bunch of colors and gems? Has it not? So I was like, what the hell are they talking about unique packages? Like, are you kidding me? It's the same as a face with a bunch of colors. So anyway, y'all still ain't see if I can turn that fan on. All right. So, hey Sarah, we just getting started. So, but when I opened it, I was just like, oh. So again, here's the box, and it is pretty. And I am going to keep the box because I know I'm not going to keep that palette long term. And I usually keep the boxes until I know I'm going to keep a palette, but then I ended up getting rid of it anyway. Y'all, my mustache area is looking disrespectful. It looked okay when I first blended out the concealer, but now it's looking like a shadow up here. Okay, Grace video just started playing on the TV. Oh, you know what? I should do that. I have my remote right here, too. Excuse me. Didn't buy, and I won't buy for full price. I bought it on the Ulta, not the Ulta, the 20% off Sephora sale. And I also had $5 cash rewards. And so actually what I paid for this was, I think, like $98 and some change. And so when I sell it, I usually price Motherships at around like 70 something dollars. And so I will get most of my money back for it eventually. So we're going to open this up, y'all, because I was just like, damn, I really bought it. Oh, you know what? Let me take the nameplate out of here so that way I can cover up the mirror. And I know people love the experience with all of this. I'm like, y'all, just pop it open and just give me the goods. But I understand that for some people it's the experience, you know. So it's just like, oh, this is like so luxurious. Oh my gosh. But I'm just, and I know I'm not a stan. Like, yeah, like I usually like the formulas, but I'm like, just give me the palette. And y'all know I'm not all about packaging anyway. Just give me a good color story. No still costs too much. I hear you. And some people are like, no. And some people are like, some people bought two of them. Like one in the purple and one in the black. So they could put the purple on display. And I'm like, no shame to nobody. In Pat McGrath Labs, they knew that people were going to do that because they had it as a duo where you can get both of them. And I think it might have saved like 10% or something like that. And I'm like, somebody's going to buy it. And somebody did. I was reading comments under somebody's video and they were saying they couldn't bear to put their fingers in it. And so they ended up buying a black case one from Sephora. And that's the one that they're going to use and keep the purple one for display. And I'm like, hey, if you got it like that, go for it. You ordered the hotcakes fragrance and the whipped cream body spray. I was like, But look, I mean, all right, here's the color story. So when I opened it, I was like, because y'all know, if not to say if I had my way, but if I was only doing makeup for me, I would do grunge, messy grunge at that, vampy, goth, smoky every day. But I do like to have variety on my channel because I know all of you who watch me don't do those types of looks. And so, and the looks I do, what is this? Like a fingerprint. Y'all see this right here? Like, what the hell is that? Y'all see that right there? I thought, what is that? This right here looks like a fingerprint, but it ain't rubbing off. Oh, is it? Oh, shit. I guess so. Maybe it's oil for my fingers. I'm not sure there's a palette I love enough to buy two yet. I made a mistake and did one, and I do not regret it. When Xenon came out, I did purchase Xenon, and then I was sleepy shopping. That's what it was. So then, when I woke up like the next day, you bought 3 of Tina's palette with Isis Grace, and so then I bought another one, and then I'm like, and so the first one came in the mail, and then another one came, and I'm like, did they send me two by mistake? So I ordered the second one, forgetting I had ordered the first one. But it's Xenon, and I love it, so I'm not tripping off of that. But I was just like, what? I think I just got one called Eclair. Smells good. So I was just like, these are where the celestial shades usually are. I'm not going to call them special shades because anytime I'm spending over $40 for a palette, every shade in there is special. I'm just saying. And I think that brands will do that, or someone will say that. And this is not shade to anybody. Y'all know I say how I feel, and this is not shade to anybody. But I think it helps some people feel better about the price point. Like, oh, these are special. As if the rest of the palette is trash. You know what I'm saying? And if a brand hypes something up, unique special shades, that's what people are going to say. And think of this, right? Was it Bloom? That she had that shade in there, Equilibrium or whatever it is, and they promoted it like, oh, this new, majestic dual chrome shade, blah 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 blah, and it was the only one like it in that palette. So every video I saw, they were like, oh, we're gonna use this shade because da 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 da. So the brand hyped it up, and then people fell for it, and they were hyping it up. But I'm like, it's still just a dual chrome. And it didn't show up on me hardly at all, so you would have to layer it over something else. But I have other stuff I can layer, you know what I mean? And if I'm layering a shadow and it just shows up as a shine, I can use any other shimmer shadow to top and just have the shine, you know what I mean? So I think about that too, like how much of this do you have, how many of these do you have? So this is what it looks like, and some people really do love it, and I love it that they love it. I Tina and the baby, what is it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here for the makeup. I don't know what people be doing. But so we're going to swatch it. 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 But people are loving it. They're loving the formula and looking at it. This one does have different colors in it. This one right here. So it's like a turquoisey gold thing or something. So this does have, and I don't know that these are dual chromes or anything. And how this one looks is how this one looks. Like there's different colors in here. So here is almost like purplish, but then here is more of a purple. But then it kind of goes white like here. Excuse the glares. This one is a matte, but it has shimmer in it. So people are just calling it a matte. But I'm like, that has shimmers. But they're saying this is the kind of matte that as you blend it out, as you blend it out, the shimmers will just go away. But yeah, these are, yeah. Y'all can tell I'm just like, ugh. So we're going to start up here, Divine Dawn. Dawn, you're divine, girl. What? So we're going to take this one. And I did bring 2 paint pots over here to see what they're going to look like over different colored bases. And so I'm going to actually swatch on my face. So if I do put on my eyes, it won't be too distracting from my forehead. Am I doing something new today? Yep. So this is Divine Dawn. And we're going to put that as if this still isn't going to be distracting. Like having color on my face. Hi, Tent. I'm going to call you Kessler if that's okay, because I feel like I'm about to mispronounce your name. And one of my aunts, is that a dual chrome? That's looking pinkish and light blue to me. One of my aunts, her husband's name was Kessler. So that's what that looks like. I mean, and the shades are pretty. I mean, I'm not going to take that away from the palette. They are pretty. Y'all just know my preferences are not this. And so y'all like, why'd you get it? I was curious and I wanted to see what I could do with it. That's all it was, really. We're going to do all the shimmers first. That's what we're going to do. And then we'll go back and do the mattes. So this one looks to be the same formula as these four. So we're going to come over here to this one. And they're really smooth. I just got a pain in my stomach. Oh, this is nice. You know why I like it? Because it's dark. I like that one. Ooh. Okay. All right, now we're going to come over. I'm sorry, that shade was Cosmic Fantasies. This one was Cosmic Fantasies. This one here is Astral Eden Envy. And a lot of people I saw did compare this to the Gigabyte. Gigabyte is more colorful, more bold than this one. Is Gigabyte in Subversive? So yeah, I did see quite a few comparisons with this one. Oh, that didn't go that far, did it? Okay. Yeah, okay. No shade to smoke out. For those who do their makeup that way, because some people look at this and they're like, oh, it only has 2 transition shades, either this one or that one. And I'm like, I don't do the typical. That looks like it has some yellow in it, some gold in it, excuse me. So when I hear people say stuff, or when you hear people say stuff, consider how they do their makeup. Because I don't do typical transition, so that doesn't bother me. Now we're going to take this one here, Astral Sunset Splendor. And I heard people saying, oh, we have, 5 astral shades or whatever, but whatever it is whatever it is, because this one is really smooth. This is very smooth. So this is this one. That didn't go that far either. Cool Beans. Yeah. Y'all, I'm sitting here sweating. Y'all ain't want me to leave y'all for a second. It's like 70-something degrees outside. And I'm just like, but then it'll drop down to like, I don't know, maybe the low 60s. So that one is not really a shade for me. All right, so that one goes in the trash. So we got these two. Yo, damn. Sweating. Now we're going to come down to this one. This one is Astral Iridescent Iris. Iridescent tells me is really not going to be a shade, but we will see. These are really smooth, though. I can say that. And y'all know I do love easy palettes to use. Oh, this is a topper, I think. And I don't normally top. And I don't want to feel like I have to. You know what I'm saying? But I get it that that's the appeal, because you can change the entire look just by topping one of the shades with something else. And it does make the palette more versatile. But for people like me who don't normally top, it's like, I don't want to have to do that. You know what I mean? But that's just me. Y'all know I do stuff different. Hello. I believe that says Aaliyah. Am non-human girl. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. We're trolls here. So, I mean, we all get along. Trolls, non-human people. This is pretty, but yeah, it's not a shade unless you turn a certain way. Don't suffer in the heat. Turn on the cool air. We will wait. Thank you, Locke. And how many times did I ask that question? Y'all like, nope, don't go nowhere. This one is Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. Excuse me. I can say these are very smooth. So this one does travel. Oh, that's nice. So far, I like this one. And I like this one. Y'all know when I have trouble finding words, it's usually something that's not like, wow, it's great. It's a little cool for me, but I like it that it's bold. I like it that it's bold. I do like that. Now we're going to come over to Blitz Bronze Supernova. Where are we going? We're going in outer space. Whew. I wonder if my neighbor downstairs has his heat turned up. That didn't really travel. I appreciate Miriam's videos. Usually when she gets a new palette, y'all, I thought it was a spider on my arm, but it's not. Y'all see this sweat? It just slid down from the crease of my elbow, and it felt like a spider on my arm. That happened to me when I was in the military. I would be standing in formation in Texas in the heat, and it felt like spiders on the back of my legs, and it was sweat rolling down my legs. Damn. I really did thought it was a spider on my arm, though, because that's how it feels. It's just like this light touch, and it's like moving. I'm taking one for the troll team here. Did I miss somebody? Hey, Maria, how are you? I be looking at your videos, but I be watching it from on my TV most of the time. So sometimes I remember for channels to go back and circle back, but then a lot of times I don't. And so I tell people I do be watching. This doesn't go that far. So ease of use, that was one of my first impressions of the Sigma. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I do wish now I did them on my forehead, because then you can see them all together instead of going side to side. So was that all the shimmers? 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, because we got 3 mattes. Ugh. All right, so this one I do really think I'm gonna like because it's dark, and y'all know I like dark. The darkness matches my soul. Miriam, her videos, she does a week of looks, and she'll do a look, and she'll post a look every day, and she has helped me have more appreciation for the motherships, because she was saying how when you top something, it makes it more versatile, makes the palette more versatile. And that's something I hadn't thought about, because I normally don't top. And so even just listening to her, okay, we're here for makeup and skincare, Kylie, but thank you. And y'all know I like this one because it's dark. This is a cool tone palette, though. I don't think I ever paid attention to that before. I don't think. Okay. So that one was Nocturnal Bloom. I didn't realize how cool tone this was before. Like, what was I looking at? I don't know. And we're going to take Twilight Lilac. We're going to take this one. Maria, do you have this palette? Who else in here has this palette? Maria, do you have this? Locke, do you have it? I'm kind of thinking you don't. And I'm thinking that because you haven't, if y'all don't know, Locke has been doing a month of McGrath. And so she's busting out the other ones. No, you never purchased it. Do you plan to? I was on the fence back and forth, back and forth. Janice is pretty, she don't have it. I do always recommend to sell if you do get it. This is Lunar Nectar. This is the one that has the sparkles in it. And you know, the sparkles are throughout because I'm going in circles, which would remove the top layer. And I'm still seeing shimmers in there. You see that? So it is throughout the shade. These will blend in nice together. So I can see, oh, you didn't lock? You don't? So what I've been seeing is transition shade, crease shade, and then one of the shimmers on the lid. Who was I watching? I don't think it was Miriam, and I don't want to say it was. Or maybe it was. I don't know who said it. But they said this might not go, but I'm going to put this on, outer corner or whatever. And I was just like, and the look was nice. They look so much better on others than me. How do you feel about the foundation? Which foundation? Want to be natural? Um, yeah, so I am still excited to see what I can do with it. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to put this all over my forehead. So this must mean I'm not going to put any on my eyes. And I have, you're asking me how I feel about the foundation. I do like the Pat foundation. It is very sheer. So if I had less stuff going on my face, I still wouldn't keep getting it. Because my issue was when it gets halfway, it doesn't want to pump right. And so I was always having to put it into an airless pump and then use it from that. And then I'm like, I don't always want to have to keep buying airless pumps to put the foundation in. I do like the formula. I definitely felt like I had to put on concealer with it because my under eye coloration showed up more. My mustache area showed up even more than this because it is a very sheer foundation. Like if I had teenage skin, I would use it, not having, different colors in my skin. But I do really like the formula, but I stopped buying it because I always had to do extra stuff. The more I look at it, I realize it's not special enough for me. It's beautiful, though. I may change my mind, and I'm glad it's permanent. Yeah, so you're not no rush, exactly. So we're going to put this all over my forehead. So I guess I'm not going to put any on my eyes. I don't know. We'll see. If some of the members in here want to see something on my eyes, then I'll do that. But the reason I'm doing this is we're going to blend this out. One side we'll just leave with the Fenty, and then we're also going to put groundwork like in the middle, and we're going to put Black Mirror on the other side, because then we're going to see what these shimmers look like. Hey D, how are you? And we're going to see how these shimmer shades look over different bases, because sometimes it doesn't make a difference, and sometimes usually stuff does, not always, but usually stuff does look different over a base, especially a black. And y'all know lately I am loving putting groundwork on top of the Fenty eye primer. And what it does for me, and you don't need to put on an eye primer before you put on a shadow base. Some people just put on, the paint pot as a shadow base. But I found for me, putting it over the Fenty primer, it makes it easier to wipe off because this stuff don't play. This one is groundwork, and it does blend into my complexion, which I like. So we're going to put this, we're going to put this over here, and we're going to put the black in the middle. So that way, if it does show up the same as over groundwork, we'll be able to see, and it not be next to each other. So this is groundwork. And so y'all see for me, like right now, this angle, you can see is something there, but like when it's on my lids, it does just kind of blend in. And I do like that. Contemplative State, I thought was going to be the one I used for a shadow base, but it looked mustard. And it was pretty though, but it still looked mustard. We're going to use a clean one because this has the Fenty on this side and groundwork on this side. So we're going to take a clean one. Y'all, I was prepared today. I was like, let me bring all these. And Black Mirror. It's black. Excuse me. I think I finally stopped sweating. Excuse me. So, trying to see where the groundwork is. All right, so we're going to just put this here. And once this dries, y'all, like using this for a shadow base, you better move quick. Do one lid at a time and go quick, because when it dries, that is it. And if it dries, like how y'all see these lines right here, if it dries that way, that's what you got to work with, because it ain't going to blend out once it dries. And that was a learning curve for me, which is another reason I like how this one almost blends into my skin tone. I mean, you can tell something's there because it's a little taupey-ish. But it's okay. And because it's almost my skin tone, it's not going to change the eyeshadow color too much. I was just thinking I should have put Pat McGrath Swatches in the title, because I do think, well, when I am going to change, I usually do change the title after I'm live. And so some of my lives, y'all, really take off as far as views, and then some don't. But that's the same for videos. Like some really take off and some don't. And usually for me, it's like over time. Even with shorts, it might be like 2 days, I might have like 5 views, and then like a week later, it'll be like 400, 500 views. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So from here to here, it's just the Fenty, Black Mirror, and this is groundwork. So, take out some more sponge tips. I'm trying to think of what else I ordered. Oh, I ordered 2 more boxes of latex gloves or the vinyl gloves because I use that for meat. I don't touch raw meat like when I'm seasoning it or whatever. And what else did I get? So I got stuff that I'm actually going to use and that won't go bad because y'all. And I don't care what he say. This is Divine Dawn. Even if he walks back all the tariffs, if I was another country, I'll still be like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because it's just like so much back and forth. And it's just like, can we have some stability? And so that's over Fenty. This is so smooth, y'all. It's just going right over. And I'm not even really pressing. That's over Black Mirror. Does it look any different? It's just so much uncertainty. It's just chaotic, as y'all know. Well, if you watch any of the news. And so I would still just be like, you know what, screw y'all. And so that's why I was like, okay. I did get another backup of all of my staple skincare because Drunk Elephant, some of their stuff is made with different global ingredients or global components or whatever. So I know that's going to go up. So it is looking, I think to me this looks more light pale pink than just over the Fenty. This looks more icy to me, just over the Fenty. Over the black, it just looks like shine to me. Let me know what y'all are seeing. And then that light is like right there in that spot. So I like how it looks over this best because it looks more like a color to me. We're going down to, well, we're going down to Astral Iridescent Iris, which is this shade right here. This one I anticipate will look more purple over the black, but we're going to see. So this is over the Fenty. This does not go far. And I don't want to press because I'm using the same side of the sponge tip for all 3 of these sections. So, okay. Like if we were local, and I did what I thought, it turned purple. If we were local, I would use this a few times and come to your house and be like, here, you can hold on to it for like 2 weeks and then come back and get it like 2 weeks later. Like just to experience it. I do like how it looks over the black, but I'm not gonna have to do that. And I don't know, y'all. Do I regret buying this? No, because I do think it would have continued to haunt me. Like I had going back and forth ever since it first came out. Like I'm going to get it. No, I'm not going to get it. I ain't going to get it. That ain't my color story. Well, I'm curious what I could do with it. I'll get it. And I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so when Janessa said what she said, she was like, it seems like you really want to get it because you keep going back and forth. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me just get it and stop playing. So over the Fenty and over groundwork, it looks the same. It looks more purple over the black, but only from certain angles. Like here, I'm seeing some blue, like in this area over here. And over, I'm being nice. Cosmic Fantasies, the red metallic up top in the center. Put that here. I do like this shade. I'm not one of them people that are like, oh, that shade sold me on a palette. I'm not spending over like $5 for a palette just for one shade. Hey, Lady Gaga, can you give a shout out to Lindanio? Am I pronouncing that right? Shout out to what Lady Gaga said because I know I'm mispronouncing it. Thank you for being here. So we're going to put this in. This one is really smooth. I do like the texture of this one. But yep, shout out to you. Yeah, we play along here. We all get along. Thank you. So this one, okay, so it's purple here. Like to me, I'm just seeing just straight purple here. I'm seeing like a maroonish, and then I'm seeing like a purple. Over the black is just what it is. So what I'm saying is, or what I'm feeling like is that it doesn't matter what base you put over it. Because even this purple, it does, but then when you turn, it's still just like, it's not there. This is not even there unless the light directly hits it. You know what I'm saying? Next to that is Astral Eden Envy. And I don't know whether I thought it was really going to make a difference or not, but I said, you know what, let's just see. Let's just see while we're here. This one, I think Gigabyte is in Subversive. Is Gigabyte in Subversive Lock? I know you remember these things more than I do. And I did keep Subversive, but I still don't know. Like, is that the one with Gigabyte? But Gigabyte was definitely a lot more darker than this one. More bold, I should say. I'm running out of space here, and I got 3 more to do. Oh, hell. This one doesn't go too far. So that looks the same to me as over the Fenty, over the black. I mean, they're just, I'm being nice. Being nice. Oh, okay, thank you, Lock. I thought so, but then I'm like, is it? I am running out of space here. This is the Fenty. What brush did I have for that one? This one, I think. So this is going to be a thin line since this one is touching off the brow almost. So we're going to have to do some, so we're going to have 3 we're going to put somewhere else. You know what, I'll put them on my nose. Why am I dipping into the black? I didn't want to, damn it. I didn't want to dip into the black. I wanted to dip into groundwork. So, thank you, BB Fan. Appreciate ya. So we're just going to put this over here. BB Fan and Lady Gaga, where are you in the world? Because I have people that come to lives from all over the world, and it always amazes me how, this one is Astral Sunset Splendor. It always amazes me how, like, social media can bring us together. Like, even being in another country, you know, being on a live stream together, it's like time and distance has no bounds. You know what I mean? Doesn't have any boundaries. And so that always just fascinates me. This one does not really go. And y'all saw how some of the other ones did just go straight across. But this one, you have to keep going back in. In my mind right now, I'm trying to think of how long will I keep this palette. Y'all like, girl, you just opened it. I know. I know. Stop yelling at me. I know. But I don't regret it, though. Because I really was just curious, what can I do with it? But I really did not realize. Are you in the U.S.? Okay. I really did not realize how cool toned it was. So even over the Fenty and over groundwork, it looks the same. And this purple isn't looking purple over the black, which I thought it would. Like right here, it does. Thank you. I don't. We have 3 more to do. No, because this is that Astral Iridescence, which was this one. So we only have 2 more to do. Okay, we're gonna put them right here. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I mean, well, I do know. And I did purchase this knowing I wasn't going to, like, keep it forever or for long term. Open the wrong paint pot. Is this, if any of you were on the fence about, it's good that you know that it was going, yeah, scratch the itch and move on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I knew. I'm like, I know I'm not going to, because it's not my color story. But I was just curious. And that curiosity would not go away. Every few days, I'm back and forth, back and forth. And I know the people I was talking to was like, girl, just get that damn palette because you're getting on my nerves. You ain't getting it, then you're getting it, then you ain't getting it. Make up your mind. Like when we were kids running in and out the house, you either stay in or stay out. Like, just make a decision. But, and the 20% off helped too, because initially I said I'll wait till it's 40% off, but I was still just so freaking curious. So this is just Fenty, this is Black Mirror, this is Groundwork. Yeah, the only ones that didn't sew yet is Midnight Sun and Did somebody buy Brand Seduction? I don't know. So this one is Blitz Bronze Supernova. Also, when I look at these shades, when I look at these shades, I have lethal. When I did Nocturnal Nirvana, Blitz Astro Quad, they had the teal, the green, the purple, the gold. I did one eye with that and one eye with lethal, and people thought that the lethal side was Pat because it was so impactful, and I'm like, nope, that was lethal, and they were like, wow. So I do know that I got these. I got these already, and they're more impactful than this. If any of you were curious about this palette, is this helping you to make a decision? Like seeing them just over primer, over a dark base, and over like a skin tone type base. Like, is this helping you to decide, like, oh, you know what? Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna get it, or hell no. This one, the last shimmer, because we're not gonna put the mattes over a base because they are what they are. You have less FOMO since Tanya. Tanya, you weren't getting it anyway because when you were Tanya, funny on the live, she was like, "Yeah, you should get it." So you plan on getting it? She was like, "No." Y'all, Tanya, funny. So this one is Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. Um, I didn't know that you would have had FOMO about it because you were like, "No, I ain't getting it." This one looks very pretty in the pan because it has those sparkles in it. You see this? Excuse me for the glare, but it has sparkles in it, so it is like really pretty. But I know I can outdo this with lethal. And so I do have an idea. And I feel like a lot of you don't use lethal. And so I was contemplating doing a look, one eye pat, one eye lethal. But then I'm like, I don't feel like a lot of you use lethal. So then I'm like, would it matter? This is a pretty shade. You know what I mean? But just for kicks, while I have it, I'm thinking I'm going to still do it. Just to show why you don't need. Shout out to Grace. And I don't think makeup is a need anyway. So the green looks the same. This shade looks darker. Well, depends on how the light hits it. Because right here it doesn't show up at all over here. Over the black, it looks really basic and nude. This looks like nothing this way, but when you turn this way, it does have that bronze effect. So it's just, I don't know. I want it, but not in the budget right now. But I'm less excited about it as time goes on. I will say this, well, how prices are right now. If it stays 128, 40% off is $77.40. I do know that. So, I mean, that's a lot easier to swallow, especially I think if you plan on keeping it. But so this is what we got. So any members in here want to see anything specific on my eyes? I did not bring any other brushes over here. Does anyone want to see anything specific on my eyes? I think this, excuse me for smacking. You might wait till it hits my Macquarie store. It'll probably, I'm thinking 4 or 5 months, excuse me for that belch. Because I do want to use it enough where I feel like, okay, I did all the things. You know what I mean? And not just do like 2 looks and then give it up. And I do want to, I'm sorry, y'all. I dropped my soda. And so I was letting the fizz out so that next time I open it, because y'all know I would forget, that it wouldn't blow up on me. Yes, I do want to see what all I can do with it. And then it'll go into my Macquarie store. And I'll try to remember to let y'all know. Okay, I'm getting ready to put this in there because I do negotiate with my trolls, other people. Because every time I negotiate with somebody, they end up not buying it anyway, so it ends up just being a waste of my time. But I do negotiate with my trolls. But so, want to see anything particular on my eyes, or just be like, girl, just go. We done seen it all. We good. I can't badmouth it because I know this isn't my color story, but I was super curious. I did not realize it was this cool tone, and I don't know why. Um, but this is what it looks like. And when I opened it, I really was just like it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It's just super pretty. It's pretty. Now, if this was a bunch of lethal shades, how bright and bold they are, that I would be like, oh my gosh. Especially like my rainbow one that the members helped me name. And Rainbow Orchid. And it was something Shorebird. Those are like these types of colors. And they're bold. And so knowing that I have those, and then seeing this, I'm like, I know I got this 10 times the boldness of this in my lethal. And so that's another thing too. It's like, I'm like, I have these, but they're more bold. You know, and y'all know I like bold. If it's not smoky, at least give me a bold shimmer or metallic. I like that the green one is calling you. Think your green one is calling you. This dark green. Now, if they sold singles, that'll be it. Were you talking about the shimmer green? This looks deeper when I'm looking over here than it does when I look up here. So create content with it will be a reference for many in the future after it's gone from your capsule. There will be others just getting into Pat McGrath and would like to see the videos. The shimmer went on. I agree, Lock. And that's why I really appreciate Grace's Why You Don't Need or her battles between this palette and a different palette, because I think it does really help people see the different things they can do with different palettes that they may or may not already have. And I am trying to get back to, actually, I know I would prefer other palettes, just never tried past this, Janet. Hi, James. And I actually do face paint, but thank you. Let's see here. Okay. So, but then I do acknowledge there are some people who do just like ethereal, they love these kind of tones and they'll be like, oh, this is a great one and done. They'll use this one, the darker one, for upper lash line. And so it does serve a purpose. And a lot of people are in love with this palette. I do wonder sometimes, though, is it the palette that they're in love with, or is it the brand that they're in love with? You know what I mean? So just being impartial that way. And some people will say, I'm biased, I love everything Pat. And I appreciate that they know that about themselves and that they say that. And so that makes a difference to me, knowing if I watch a handful of somebody's videos and it's all just, neutral, they're not there, monochromatic, then I know they're going to love this. But if it's somebody who likes gloss looks or vampy looks or whatever, they're going to be like, I don't want that trash. And so it's all relative and it's all subjective. And so that's why I'm like, when I look at this, again, I know I have these more bold and lethal. But for people who just want the subtle shine, or if they want to layer, which to me, even over black, it doesn't change it too much for me to be like, okay, yeah, that's a topper. So why do the extra work if it's still just, you know what I mean? So, but y'all ain't saying nothing. So I'm gonna do something on my lids real quick. Well, it ain't gonna be, probably 2 minutes, but yeah, so I am glad that I have it, like, honestly. Oh, I almost dropped the brush and I caught it. Which side had one side of this had Fenty and one side had groundwork. I think this side had groundwork because of how it's smoothing out. And I didn't bring, any brushes over here, so we're going to do this with sponge tips. Oh, you know what? Excuse me. I do have my paint brushes over here. That comment was funny. Like, they don't know I did do clown looks. Say clowns wear face paint. Absolutely. I don't know if I'm going to post a picture of what I did with Ronnie last night. Because it was really basic. I just wanted to see the difference between a brush and the stencil. And I will have the person just hold it because that'll be easier than me trying to get to it while I'm holding it. So that was challenging too. And Ronnie said it's super small. Some of them things is like this big. And it's just, Ronnie was like, I don't have space for that. So we're going to, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this one and then this one. So we're going to take Astral, Eden, Envy. And this is what I'm talking about how I do makeup. For those of you who haven't watched my videos, I don't do traditional transition and then crease and and then outer corner, and then shimmers on the lid. That is not my technique at all. And when I have done it like that, like the way YouTubers do, it doesn't look right. Because I do also take my lid shades up higher, for those of you who are new here and who haven't seen my other videos. And it still pisses me off. I need to just get over it. And I don't even think about it all the time. But in that program, they were like, "Oh, do it this way." I did it how they said, and my tutor was like, "Redo it because such and such." And so I did it how I do it, and she loved it. So I'm like, and I told her, I said, "Well, I did it how they taught in the class." So I felt like I was being penalized for doing what they said. And the tutor is a different person than the instructor. That was just like, so that was a lot of validation for me, for my eye shape or people with an eye shape like mine. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Where's the Tanya? This is that's this shade. This is a very dulled down Gigabyte. When I had, because I had Subversive back in the day, and I tried to dupe it with the Metropolis palette. So this was way back, and I could not dupe Gigabyte, and even layering shades on top of other shades, I could not dupe Gigabyte. And somewhere along the line, I ended up repurchasing it because that was like way, way back. Now we're going to take this one. This is Tanya's shade. And we're going to see how this one's look. And I did think to bring brushes over here, and I don't know why I decided not to. Like, I really don't know. What's going to be challenging is trying to do the outer corner, because that one I do need a fluffy brush to blend. I am overlapping. Yeah, this is the one you like, Tanya. They do flow nice together, but it's still like I could do this with other stuff. Am I downing the palette? No. So if somebody don't come on here. Like, come for me, I don't care, just come correct. Don't come on here like, oh, you didn't give it a chance and blah, blah. Look, just watch the whole video. Start from the beginning. Because I already addressed all of that. I can tell when people don't watch a whole video and they say stuff, because I'd be like, okay, you skipped ahead because what you're saying, I did address it and you're acting like I didn't. Because sometimes people hear something they don't like and then they just like leave a comment and click off. If I click off a video because I don't like something, I don't comment, I just click off. Because I think maybe they said it later, but I'm not hanging around to find out, you know what I mean? And that's why sometimes I say, if I know it's a controversial topic, I'll say, come for me, just come correct. Come for me on something that I said after you watch the whole video. Don't just come for me for you watch 3 minutes of an hour video. And that's it. I'm having trouble getting this up here. Why did I not bring brushes over here? Maybe I really thought I wasn't going to put any of these on my eyes. Y'all, I'm just like, what the hell? So I'm putting this up here. And it doesn't matter that they're not the same because we are just playing around. I have not done an entire eye look with just sponge tip applicators. So I'm just like, what the hell is that? Is it over here? Yo, I be doing funny voices lately. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay. And we're gonna turn this over. Gonna go into the green. These greens, this I don't even know what I want to say. I'm just my feelings is just all over the place because I don't want to not be fair to the palette. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm being careful with some of the stuff that I say because it is preference. It is everything is relative. It's subjective and it's preference. And so I am aware of that. We're overlapping a little bit. And so I am aware of that so that because I don't want to be like, oh, this is trash. Like somebody loves this. And that's for everything because it is about preference. And so you'll hear me say things a certain way. Like even that Sigma palette looks 3 and 4 aired today. And I did my final impressions, my first impressions at the end. And I was like, for me, this shade is trash. Let me know if it works for you. So I won't just be like, oh, this is garbage because somebody else may have a different experience. You know what I mean? And so this looks like this can be from Nocturnal Nirvana. That's the old Quick and Macquarie store. I think that quad The vampy one, that's in there too, because I realized I can do that with other stuff. So this is cute. What's ironic to me is that this dark green blends into that center green. This green is blending into this one, even though this is lighter and it's a shimmer. Like, it's not much color differentiation from what I'm seeing down here and up here. Let me know what you think. Like, can you tell that those are two different colors? I can't tell. So that's interesting. And oh shoot. But if you are curious, if you do like these kind of tones, I do recommend watching Miriam's video. And her videos aren't, week long like mine. Hers might be under like 25 minutes. And so she is going to look every day with this palette. And so I do suggest, I mean, if you're not necessarily interested in this palette, but if you're interested in this color story or just to see, I do think she's a good one to watch. Yeah, these two look like the same shade to me. But let me know if you're seeing two different greens, or is it just kind of looking the same? That's interesting. I'm glad we did this. But some people will just use this for lash line, because some people don't do dark shades on the lid, or they might have smaller eye space, less eye space, even though I fake my lid space by going up higher than my lid. But so this is look number one, and not really, because I would do something in the transition area and under my brow bone, but I just want to do something quick just to see. But I can see the depth when you turn your head, but they are really close. This way right here, down here, I see it. And this center shade is giving this almost like a bluish tint to it, to my eye. And over here it's the same thing, but you're just quick turn. That is very interesting. And so we use this on the inner lid, this on the center lid, and this on the outer corner. This is very interesting to me. So if you are into monochromatic looks and you got a gold and a shimmer green and a matte green, you got this right here. So, all right, y'all. So if there is nothing else you desire from me tonight, Monday, that's going to be a real shocker. We're starting to poke you in the eye. We're still doing a swatch party to something I think only two people knew I was getting it, and a third person guessed that I was getting it because they remembered something that I said, and I was just like, damn, they remember that? Because y'all know I be forgetting shit. They were like, oh yeah, I remember you said such and such before, so it's such and such the palette you're getting. And I was like, damn. I'm like, yeah, actually it is. And so y'all gonna be like, no, she didn't. I did. So Monday night is gonna be a lot of fun. I had a flashback when I opened it to check it. We'll talk about that next week. Well, we talk about that on Monday. But I had a serious flashback, and I was like, oh hell no. But we're gonna see. This is a keeper, even though like the redness kind of died down, so it's not really that vampy. But it didn't turn it purple, because some of my glosses turn it purple. Even the sheer gloss, it's a holochrome. Clear gloss is a holochrome. It does turn it purple, and a few other glosses I have turned it purple. So this isn't quite. Down here I do see red. Down here it does look vampy, like a black and red, even though up here where I'm looking it doesn't. And so I will keep this for the purpose of putting this over the black. So that'll be it. Yeah, like I'm excited for. Oh, who said that? Wait a minute. What I saw. Okay, now I'm seeing things. It's, if not for the greens, a little bit basic like the other. It's definitely basic. But some people like basic. I appreciate Morgan Turner because she'll be like, I like basic. I'll use this all the time. And so I appreciate when people know their preferences instead of projecting as they're trying to be objective about a palette. And Morgan Turner said it's basic, and I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of it. So for some people, like, this really is it. And this way, these almost look the same. Then you turn it. Y'all, this palette, I am glad that I got it because I'm just like, what? And it is gonna make me laugh every time I use it because I'm just like, you want borrowed time, baby. But it's a shame that pewter like shade didn't work out for you. Pewter is a silver type shade. Which one is? Oh, talking about this one. Yeah, that's. I think. I think that's this one. This is the pewter one you're talking about. Yeah. So, and because they don't look that much different. Oh, the one in the Sigma shade, and that had a green tint to it. So I'm like, oh, this is a little grunge vibe factor. That shade. Yeah, and I really tried. I really tried with that shade. I may or may not use it for brow bone, but even as a brow bone shade with that thin brush, y'all saw it was still. Mm. So I don't even think I'm gonna put it over black base. I don't. You know what else I wanted to try? I promise you, I'm not just making shit up. I wanted to try because people were saying layer over top of other stuff. We're gonna put this green down, and I forgot about this earlier. Where the hell are we gonna put it? We're gonna put it under the eye. This one travels. Like this is a nice smooth shade. And we're going to take this shade on the other side of the sponge tip. Because we're going to layer some of these, one or two of those, just to see. Because they were like, oh, it'll give the palette more versatility and you'll understand how special the palette is. Like people really be like, we're going to take this shade. Yeah, this one person was like, people don't really appreciate it because you don't know that you can top them and they'll do this and they'll do that. We're putting that on top of the green right here. All it did is dull it down, this shade right here. And so I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, it does make it look different than it is, but it's still, it is true to color because this is showing up how it looks in the pan even over the green. Wow, that's interesting. We're going to take this gold and we're going to put that in the center. But it still looks the same. I'm going to put that over here. So what I'm thinking is when I use this palette, I'm not even going to bother topping it because it's just like, it still shows up what it is. Like it's not really changing the shade underneath it. It's just making that spot shiny, but the color is still like the same color. To me, to my eye. Down here though in the mirror, it does look really pretty, but it looks like that, which is the one it is. Now this is I'm gonna take this one, and this will be the last one. I can say that this is interesting, like just seeing what it does. That made it more purple. That made the green turn purple. So it's not even enhancing the base color. It's just completely changing the color to what the topper shade actually is. So this purple, is that one? No. This shade is this one. This one. So it just made it turn blue over the green and it turned purple. That's this shade. Turned purple over the red. So it's not accentuating the base shade or giving it a shine or a gleam. It's just turning into whatever color it is. And a little darker. This one is this one. So it's just making it look more bold. And over here, this way, it looks just like that one. So when I use this, I'm not going to bother topping these on top of something else. I'm not going to put them over a black base because I do Fenty and then groundwork anyway. I'm not going to bother putting it over a black base. And so I wanted to do that, which I had forgot, which I just now did, because people were saying it just really enhances the versatility of the palette. And I'm looking at this like, no, it's not. This showed up, like it is. So it's just like, but we tell ourselves things to justify sometimes what we want to do, and yeah, we done did it all. Just a primer over our skin tone base, black base, top 3 different shades over top of mattes. It looks the same. We did a quick look with the greens, and the 2 greens almost blend together, which is strange because one is a shimmer metallic thing and one is matte. Yeah, so That's going to be it for tonight, y'all. Use it in its natural state. Yeah, I am, because it's not going to matter if I top it. If I top something with it, because it's still going to look the same. And so that is a learning lesson. I'm glad that I did try that I remembered to try that, because I was like, oh, let's do a look this side with a base and this side without a base, and they look the same. So, like, why? Excuse me. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all the new people who popped in. We'll be here Monday, another swatch party. And even part of me in my mind is like, girl, you really did that. I did. And hopefully it turns out well. Because I'm like, what if this don't turn out well? Okay. All right, y'all, we're going to go. Janice saying bye, all. You'll see me back here Monday night. I have a video going up tomorrow morning, I think. Yeah, and we'll be back here Monday. So I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for your time, for the comments. Thank you for the hearts and all of those things. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon. Bye.